Welcome to the Really Randumb podcast with Colton Pettyjohn and Drew Bolden, where letdown is spelled C-O-L-T-O-N.
Welcome into another episode of Really Randumb Podcast. I'm Colton. That's Drew.
Hey, guys.
And we're so happy to be here. But before we go anywhere, I want to start off by saying Mom, Grandma, Gwenolinda Vindavere.
Oh,
I like that.
wow.
I just said that and I like it.
Okay.
Isn't it weird? Have you ever said something and as soon as you said it, you're like, that's good. Or that's
yeah.
funny. Like,
Yeah.
You weren't expecting to say it or do it, and then it comes out of your mouth, and you're like, that's better than I thought it.
Pretty much every day when I say something, I'm like, that's good.
Hilarious.
Keep going with whatever you were going to say.
But I would avert your ears and eyes, and probably still take the precautionary measures. But we've gotten a little better about kind of pulling back.
Thanks for saying we. Because you're definitely
I want to
talking
be
about
inclusive. I've done a really good job at not saying fuck.
Whoa!
I didn't say anything.
You said what? I gotta say though, it's tough sometimes because I have the mouth of a sailor, I guess is the worst phrase to say.
Yeah, I
don't know where I was gonna go with that.
From?
I have the mouth of a asshole.
Oh.
Don't worry, I'm gonna believe that. Don't you worry your sweet little tits.
Your little striped head.
I'm gonna take you back to Tyson and let's keep going and talk about that.
So we got a couple of quick hitters that we like to start with, but our main segments are going to be shutting down businesses, firing employees, cutting their salaries by rich owners or rich CEOs who you've got a ton of money, but you're cutting everyone else's salaries.
Yeah, quit it.
Don't be greedy.
Yeah.
And then also, we would like to go back into our childhood and the moments that we learned about puberty and certain stories. We'd like to talk about those as well.
Dude, just reading.
We've talked about those quite a bit, and I can't believe that we've gone to episode 12 without talking about it. By the way, episode 12. We've
That's
had
a lot.
12 episodes.
I know, and just yesterday it seems like we filmed 11.
It was a
week
week
ago.
but it was a week. Yeah, it wasn't that
about
long
a week ago. Real quick, thank you to Taylor for being on the podcast. We loved it. I love surprising Colton with stuff, but sadly, there is no surprise guest today.
Which is fine. We don't have to have a surprise guest every time. Oh.
Is there?
Oh. We don't have to. I mean, this is
There's
our
not.
podcast. This isn't you guys'.
Yeah,
no
you
offense,
asses.
but let us do our thing.
Yeah. I haven't slept at all. So if I forget words like just now,
this is
you'll
gonna
know why.
be fun.
That's why I've got this.
As you notice, we do have things on the background, and one of which we've already talked about. Dade sent us. Thank you, Dade. Love you. But also, when Taylor was here, he brought us these little retro coasters, which are ugly as hell, but I love them.
Well,
it goes perfectly with the background, so we added it to the background. By the way, do any of those guys remind you of Joe Exotic from the show that we've been watching?
Yeah, the lady in the leotard right there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they both like dudes, so...
well,
maybe
true.
the snake guy, because he also likes trouser snakes.
Yeah.
I think if I were to... Thank you, penis. I think if I were to have my way with that... No, see? I'm done.
Don't.
A woman that's old enough to be had her way of...
All right, I'll pick this back up. But speaking of that, we want to add more to the background. So if you have anything that you want us to add to the background, whether or not it's a piece of art that you made yourself, or if it's just something in your personal collection that you think would look good on our background, even if it's something that you're not going to give us forever, but it would look good on the background for a couple episodes, hey, you know, why not? Just go ahead and give it to us, because we're not going to give it back.
Guess what? I was going to say that. You're never going to see it again.
But we like to add a bunch of little stuff to the background. Speaking of, we always add something different to this table right here. And I brought this out because, did you know, I thought Baja Blast was only in Taco Bell.
I believe that it was made, like, the Taco Bell execs, from my insider information, Taco Bell original, that's from them.
Yeah.
And it just does so well that everyone loves it, and they're like, let me get some of that Baja Blast.
Yeah. So if you're not watching on the podcast, so there's I found a 6-pack of Baja Blast in Kroger, and I was like, dude, I gotta get it because I know Drew loves it. He drinks it all the time every time we go to Taco Bell. But also,
oh Jesus,
what fell?
Oh, it was the thing from the fanny pack.
Oh, well, we'll pick it up later.
Which, you know about the fanny pack, Seggy. Come on now. Usually, the past 3 episodes, I surprise Colton with someone, but that ain't going to happen today because you know why? I'm going to surprise him with someone virtually.
Oh.
Well,
okay.
kind of.
All right.
I mean, a lot of someone's virtually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but anyways, so we've got this Baja Blast. Drew loves it. So I got it. I like it, and I've had it. I like it a lot, but I think I like it as much as you do.
Was that just a gift for me because you know that I like it?
Yeah, but don't drink it all. Let me have some.
No, don't look in the fridge.
Also,
because there isn't any.
So Drew is drinking a Monster right now, but I also brought a can of Monster that's empty for a reason.
Why?
Now, a couple days ago, I was looking through my Time Hop. Do you have Time Hop?
No.
Okay, so Facebook Memories, they do the same thing where it's like, hey, 7 years ago today, you were an idiot. Yeah. Surprise. And you posted something really stupid.
Here's a video about.
So I posted a picture 7 years ago, a couple days ago.
I think I remember this picture too.
Of Drew in our old place. And it was with Drew with a water bottle in his mouth, showing off how big Drew's mouth is. So I wanted to bring this on camera to see if you could fit that can in your mouth. So yeah, that's one of Drew's many talents. Go ahead and call him. His number is 214.
Joe Exotic, call me.
No,
it's 469.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
But also, I didn't know he was going to make me put a can in my mouth. But also, if I were to have a hidden talent, I don't know if I have one because that's not really a talent. But I thought you were going to go the way of like, every time I drink an energy drink.
I was also going to bring that up.
Dang it. Okay, go ahead.
So, I mean,
I wanted to do your accent.
Go ahead. Do it.
Okay. So this is how I make fun of Colton every time, or this is how I portray Colton. Every time I drink an energy drink, for some reason, I always get the hankering to crush it.
The hankering. Yes.
So after I'm done, yummy.
Okay, so tell me if I'm the only one that after I drink an energy drink or something like that, I have the urge to like crush the can because like, dude, I got energy. I got energy now. I just glaze over that like I didn't mess up, and I'm just gonna squeeze it and you have that. I don't know, like every time I'm about to throw it away, I go. Let's just clip that out.
Yeah.
Why does it sound like I'm squirting out toothpaste or something?
Oh, okay. I was going to say something else.
No.
Yeah. So, seriously, back to this stuff back here.
Yeah.
We want to decorate. Like, we have so much room behind Colteezy. We got so much room behind my bitch ass. We got so much room above my bitch ass head.
Yeah.
Right next to old Amy Deadhouse.
R.I.P. in peace. Jeez. Let's be sensitive at least.
I did not mean to do that. But
although, to be fair, she's like super dead.
Like
she's dead. She's not just dead, but she's like mega dead. Like she's dead.
Pretty out there.
She's gone.
Yeah. They try. Guess what, Colton? They try. No, I'm not going to do the joke. I'm pretty sure we already did it.
Yep,
but yeah, please do send us stuff.
We're really good at this. 12 episodes in, we still don't know what the hell we're doing.
Well, we is correct.
Hey, I was about to say.
Hey, I got you. We're sitting on this post together.
Huh? Sitting on a post. By the way, have you ever thought of what's the best way to sit on a fence?
Well, according to Dwight Schrute, it's you lay down on your stomach with the post in your mouth.
False.
Huh? What is it? Is that wrong?
You just sit on it.
I'm good.
I mean, do you not? Oh, you're good. Don't pretend.
I thought you said we were going to do PG-13
No, you're right.
Inches. I don't know.
So, one thing that we've talked about a bunch, just the two of us on our own, but in just everyday life, I've talked about how I love listening to crappy music. I love listening to.
Yeah.
So I like music that is like people that are musically gifted, stuff like that. I like when people have actual talent and stuff like that. But I also have been sucked into the new rap wave of like the mumble rappers and stuff like that. Most of that I'm like, ugh. But there are a few songs that I don't know why, but I love them so much.
Yeah.
And I will never not love them. And I will admit that they are terrible songs.
Yep.
But I will listen to over and over again. Every time it comes on, I will not skip it. So you kind of brought this up, and what's a guilty pleasure song for the two of us?
So I know yours because as I was writing this, I was like, hey, Colton, we're talking about the guilty pleasure songs, and I'm writing this one for you because you play it every time I get into your car.
Yep.
So what is his name? Lil Weep? What's his name?
No, it's Young Thug.
Oh, sorry. They all look the same.
So, no.
Rappers.
But still, no. I don't think... I mean, a lot of them have like tattoos on their face and stuff.
Yeah,
so, wait,
sure.
are we going to play any of the songs or no?
Well, I don't have them pulled up, but I can overlay them if you want, and I'll just have them playing.
That's fine. Or do you want to pull it up on YouTube?
I can pull them up. I mean, so if you want to tell them what the song is, I'll look it up.
Okay, so
I don't know how the levels are going to be. That's the scary thing about it.
Well, we'll just go as we fly. We fly as we. I don't know what I'm saying.
You got it.
So yes, Young Thug. I'm usually not the biggest Young Thug fan.
Young Thugums.
But I really like this song, and one of the reasons why I like this song is because of the album cover. So the album cover of this album from the song that I'm about to talk about is him in a dress with like a lampshade on his head. And the song is called Harambe.
Jeez.
All right.
15 million?
Oh, it's good.
No. I'm going to the part that I know. Or is it right here?
Hold on. Okay, now we can skip forward to the part where you're like,
this is so bad.
He's so hoarse, he's like out of breath.
Yeah. Sounds like Doc Rivers singing. This is so loud.
It is loud.
Oh my. Young Thug, you gotta chill, man. Okay. Now I can hear my thoughts. Jeez. Where is it? Oh, it's right here, isn't it?
It's getting close. Here we go.
Got you.
Oh, come on. Tell me you don't bop to this in your car. If you're playing this.
I don't. But how wide is this? Ready? Dude, I thought that was you, and it was him. Wait, Young Thug?
So yeah,
okay,
that's my jam.
I don't want a perky pill. God, this is awful. Why is he wearing a dress and the hat that Raiden wears from Mortal Kombat? Thank you.
I don't know. It looks like one of those umbrellas that you put in your drink.
In a nice fancy drink. Yeah, like this. Pinky out. What's up? Oh, stars. I got my stars koozie. What's up, boys?
So we've talked about I have multiple, but we'll just go into one. Actually, in the comments below, share your guilty pleasure song, or reach out to us and tell us your guilty pleasure, and we'll talk about them.
I love that song. I think it's by what's her name? Breaking Benjamin. I love that song, Barbie World.
Okay. I actually hate that song so much, but the other day I was singing it for some
No.
reason.
You were in a turn lane, and you weren't supposed to be there. So that's freaking loud. Cool. Should have tested levels. You were in a turn lane that you weren't supposed to be in, and there was a truck coming in really fast, and you looked back and you go, come on, Barbie, let's go party. And then got out, and I was like, what? Why?
Because I'm an idiot.
All right, here it is. So this song is it's called, you've all heard it. It's called All Gold Everything. Okay.
Gold all in my ring.
My ring.
Gold all in my watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Nigga.
Oh, whoops.
Okay, so
Good thing I didn't mouth that.
one of the things that's so cringy about
Oh,
this
it's
music
blurred.
video, it's so cringy that Trinidad James, the guy who sings this song, he has an open shirt.
I'm not playing any more of this.
He's got an open shirt with chains hanging out, and he's showing his stomach and his chest, and he is not fit. Normally, like when rappers are stand there with their shirts off, whatever, at least they're in good shape. They got muscles, but Trinidad James is not.
I mean, like Rick Ross is a perfect example.
But he doesn't often walk around with his shirt off.
Shout out to all the pair. That was my favorite Rick Ross of all, like anything of Rick Ross.
That was the best lyrics.
Shout out to all the pair. Who's what? That's like someone who, like English was their second language, but Rick Ross was like born in Boston or something.
Is the plural of pairs, or is it pair?
Yeah.
Shout out to all the pair.
He said, "Hey, I just ate 7 pear."
It's
pears.
7 deer.
Oh, fuck off. I know that's it, but pear is not the plural.
I don't know.
of pear.
I'm asking. If we don't ask questions, we don't learn.
Dang it.
Get answers.
Yeah, learn. We don't learn the answers. Okay, so first of all, that took so long, and those were our quick hitters. But you know what? Hey, it's our diary, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, we talk about whatever we want to,
Yeah.
and if you don't want to listen,
then
please listen.
Yeah,
we
please.
like for you to listen.
Please.
But speaking of listening, actually, this has nothing to do with listening. We've been watching, just like everyone else in America or the world,
Can anyone guess?
Tiger King, and it's on Netflix. And
So good.
I watched the trailer and I was like, "What the heck's going on?" And then I had a friend mention something about it.
Yeah,
and I was
we were
like,
playing.
"Okay,
We were playing Fortnite.
yeah,
with
we were
Trip.
playing Fortnite with Trip." That's right,
Trip.
our buddy Trip.
He doesn't listen, so he's not going to see this.
That's whatever. But he was talking about it. He said he like binged through it, and so I was like, "Okay, I'll try it out." And so if you haven't seen any episode or even a trailer, it's about these different little zoos. They're
Sanctuary.
personal owned zoos.
Oh, yeah.
There's one in Oklahoma, there's one in South Carolina, and there's a quote unquote big cat sanctuary in Florida, I believe.
Yeah. That's where.
And it's basically kind of they all have to do with each other. It's all kind of like a rivalry with each other on. It's really difficult to explain, but one of the guys in there is the guy from Oklahoma, and his name is Joe Exotic. That's not his real name, but he goes by Joe Exotic. And
Did he get that legally changed?
I think so. I think he legally changed his name.
He should.
And so I have family that's in Oklahoma. And
That's what's wrong with you.
My sister lives in Oklahoma. Her husband.
Figure it out.
My grandparents live in Oklahoma. And one of the things I like to do is joke about the people in Oklahoma. Now, sometimes they don't like that. And I think my brother-in-law, Robert, thinks that I think I'm better than people from Oklahoma.
We are.
Because I joke around about it, and I don't really think that. But one time I made a joke, and I was in the gas station, and I came out of the gas station. They were waiting for me in the car. And I go, so I normally, as a general idea, I think we're all created equal and no one's better than each other. But after going in there, it's really difficult not to think that I'm better than those people. And I was joking, but like a lot of those people were like super white trash, and it's fine. But
No, it's
I
not.
was joking, and he looked at my sister in the rearview mirror like, and I was like,
Wait.
I'm joking, right? And
Is Robert from Oklahoma?
yeah. And so
That's what's wrong with
think he
him.
was kind of, I don't know if he was actually offended, but I was like, oh, it was a joke. Come on.
Well, you know why he looked at your sister? It was because he didn't understand the joke.
He's like, wait, what?
He's like, Stephanie, help. He does what I do whenever I'm caught in a joke or I'm caught with my brain. I'm like, Colton, help me. Cut in.
So the reason why I say that is Joe Exotic is from Oklahoma, and he is someone that if you saw a picture of him, you'd be like, it makes sense he's from Oklahoma. It makes sense. Either Oklahoma or Arkansas or Alabama.
Yeah, same
Maybe
thing.
Louisiana.
Nashville. The voice I make up for you that's just Oklahoma. Like if Oklahoma had a voice, and Alabama and all them, that's it. It's like, hey there, how you doing? We all know each other's cousins because we are cousins and we like to love on one another and put our love in one another.
Oh. So Joe Exotic, if you haven't seen, We can put up a picture or something.
Yeah. First of all, you have to watch this show.
Yes, please.
We're making a separate video about Tiger King.
Yes.
Okay.
If you haven't seen what he looks like, basically he looks like a guy who has curly hair, he's growing it out in the back, and then in the front you put a bowl on his head and cut around it. But not just that, then you bleached the front tips of his hair, but then the sides are still brown. It's all over the place.
It's a real classy look.
It's basically how a lot of the women that are going to come out of this quarantine trying to cut their own hair, and that's how they're going to come out looking like Joe Exotic.
Hey, ladies, I'll be there.
And
for
you know I'm ready.
Yeah, what's up, girl? I'll cut my hair too if you want, but I'm not gonna cut my hair if you want.
Okay, that was good. So there's also a guy named Doc Antle, right?
What a
Antle.
more like Dick.
So he kind of you're touching on it a little bit, but he's a guy who's very full of himself. And one thing that I really like, we'll get to it more in the video that we'll do, but what I really like about what the guys that created this docuseries did,
like
was
the film crew.
Yes, they left in the parts where he tries to direct and tell them this is what they should shoot, this is where they should go, this is what they should do.
And not in a nice way.
No, he's like,
it's very demanding.
Yeah, he's like, hey, go do this. Go meet me at the front of the house, and I will answer as if I'm meeting you for
this
the
is
first
MTV
time.
Cribs.
Yeah, something like that.
And then it immediately cuts to that shot, and he's like, hey, guys, good to see you. And you're like, oh. That's
He's playing
so
it
bad.
up for the camera.
Yeah,
It's like,
I mean, I know you have to, but like, it was like that part made us laugh so hard because they put that in. Because
it's like a big screw you trying to direct us.
Because like imagine like right before this, we're kind of just talking and BSing and stuff, and then we're like, all right, and then we're gonna go now, and then but we show that part, and then it shows Colton going.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's which one day I want to do that. So,
and there's another part where he's showing him on He loves to brag about himself. He's showing himself on Letterman, and he was like, "Hey, this will be good. Let's rewind this." And then he goes, "And this is me on Letterman," and he starts talking, and then halfway through what he's talking about, he turns. He's like, "Okay, we're good. Is that good?"
Yeah. And I mean, I get it. Like you're acting, sure, but like. Don't be a dick about it. But I know, so Joe Exotic. Joe is immediately my favorite.
He's crazy. He's a nut job.
Yeah, we could have done a segment on this, but anyway, Joe is well. So we finished the third episode. So we're about after we film this, we're gonna watch the rest.
Pump them through.
We're gonna finish it, and then we're gonna make the video tomorrow. And then Doc, like we said, Dick. And the last but not least, I don't even like if you could describe the devil as a person or a woman.
But with hippie garb?
Yeah, hippie garb and the most hypocritical person you've ever met in your life. That's Carol Baskin. So
Carol Baskin at the beginning, she's this big cat animal right activist, and she talks bad about Joe and Doc for having these sanctuaries where you can go and you can take pictures and you can pet these baby tigers. But she basically does the same thing as they do, except and she talks about, big cats don't deserve to be in cages. They need to roam free. But then she has this sanctuary where they're all in cages.
And in smaller cages than what Joe and Doc have.
Now, the only difference is she's not really... she's technically not using them to exploit the animals and pet them, but she's exploiting the animals by selling tickets for people to come to look at it. Yeah. So
watch them feed and not even mentioning the volunteer part. Okay. We can't anymore because all of this is going in the video. Honestly, the video should be up right now when you're watching this because this weekend. It's editing city for me.
Maybe we can put a link to the video or whatever.
I don't know what the YouTube kids do now. Or if you click on the screen, right I'm back to you again, I guess.
Okay.
All right. So all that aside, gotta go watch Tiger King first of all, and last of all.
And you got plenty of time because everyone's. That's another thing. Now is the time, if you ever want to do anything in your entire life besides maybe go bungee jumping or something that's outside, but if you ever wanted to achieve anything like wood carving or get in shape or get fatter.
Yeah.
This is the perfect time to do those things.
Hell yeah.
Also, if you say that you want to exercise or get in shape, now is the time. You're literally sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah.
So
You
do
fat
it.
ass.
Drew.
Yeah, guys. Definitely not talking to me directly.
No, but you've never said that you wanted to get in shape.
What?
You've never said that you wanted to like get in shape. You're proud of being fat. So we're I'm just kidding. It was a joke. So
You gonna have a new co-host?
we're gonna do an episode where the entire episode we're gonna ignore the fact that each other are here.
Yes.
And so we're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna be looking at the screen. We're not gonna interact. We'll just talk to the camera and there's like a wall.
But the best part is we're gonna just talk over each other the whole time. So you gotta
gonna be chaos.
You gotta pay attention to my voice only and not Colton's.
Well,
Here, let's practice.
let's
What's
we haven't
in
been
this
drinking
drink?
yet.
I know. Okay, so we're gonna go on to our very first segment, and we talked about it a little bit. Well, Colton hit on it because he's the only one that's been fucking talking the whole time. So obviously, as you know, COVID-19, aka coronavirus, is rampant. It's running with its pants down. It's streaking.
AKA the reason why I'm single.
I don't think that's.
Let's go with that. Yeah. Hey, let's. The reason why I don't have a girlfriend is because of this virus. Otherwise, I would be out there,
just plowing through.
Okay.
Well, what did you want me to say?
I don't know.
Something
But that's
PG-13?
not,
He's
That's not the
fucking all the.
case.
Okay. No, I didn't say anything. Anyway, yeah. So COVID-19 or whatever you want to. Why isn't it? Anyway, whatever. Coronavirus. Like everything that's happening. Like. All the grocery stores are selling out of shit because you guys are dumb as hell and you're buying everything. Stop. Like, what if people actually have to wipe their ass and you don't need 40 rolls of toilet paper in every single bathroom of your house? Susan, I don't know. I just named another white
You could
woman.
use a plunger.
Yeah. Oh. Or just like, hey, yeah, just.
It's like suck it at your butt.
Yeah, okay. You could just do what I do and just poop and go right into the shower and don't even wipe anything. Anyway, so businesses are shutting down. Businesses are firing employees. Businesses are slashing payment or salaries by like to everyone except for CEOs and stuff. Mm-hmm. And we just want to talk about how like things like this either bring people closer. It brings most people closer. And then people who are rich beyond their wildest dreams stay rich because they're assholes.
Yeah, and it definitely separates the working class from the rich. So one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this is we are both big sports fans. I love basketball. Drew loves hockey. I like watching hockey as well, and Drew also loves or likes the Mavs.
I'm in on b-ball.
But one of the stories that came out USA Today.
Got you, Daddy.
And I was flipping through and I saw this and I couldn't believe it. Actually, I could believe that. Nothing really surprises me anymore. But
Gotcha.
God, that was
Welcome to
that
hell.
was probably the worst acting ever. Like the delayed, you're like, and I was like, So on if you've ever been on USA Today's For the Win little page, it's they do a lot of sports stuff for USA Today.
For sports.
And one of the articles that I saw, and I had to click on it, is the Boston Bruins and their fans should be embarrassed of their shameful billionaire owner. And I was like, wait, why? So on reading further...
which this was a bad idea because you were a terrible reader.
Terrible at reading, for sure. But the owner, Jeremy Jacobs, announced on Wednesday that he will be... So I'm paraphrasing because this guy is... The guy that writes in the article is very liberal with his speaking and all sorts of attitude. But Jacobs and the Bruins announced on Wednesday that 40, God, I can't even read numbers. 68 full-time employees will be placed on temporary leave as of April 1st, and they will get 1 week of paid leave.
1 week?
1 week. Along with 82 other full-time employees will receive an indefinite salary reduction.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that, well, obviously indefinite means until further notice or whatever. So
sure.
like they could literally drop their salary a bunch and be like, 3 months down the road, they'd be like, yeah, we're still just going to keep you at
because it's
much.
indefinite.
That's stupid.
And I know what you're asking yourself. Well,
Is Colton single?
you're also not asking that question because you know the answer is yes. Forever alone.
I love you.
But one question that you have for sure is, well, dang, how bad of financial trouble is Jeremy Jacobs in?
He's gotta be
must
suffering.
be struggling
Yeah.
really bad.
Poor guy.
And you're right. He is struggling. He is worth $3.3 billion.
How do you want him to feed his children?
Yeah. What in the world is he supposed to do with 100 and some odd employees? Just continue to pay them
Yeah.
what
no.
they should be paying?
No. Of
Yeah.
course not.
No, if
He
they're not
has-
working,
Yeah.
then don't pay them.
Exactly. What is he doing? You know, he has to make sure his yachts are full of yacht things, and he has to make sure his private jets. Guess what, Colton? Full of private jet things.
Things. You know, you've got to have the nice shine on the rims of your Mercedes Benz.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got to be able to take care of the finer things in life.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you expect to live your life if others aren't suffering?
Exactly. So Colton and I are very generous. We started the Jeremy Jacobs Fund.
Yeah.
And if you'll click on the screen here,
Go.
I know all of you are out of work right now, so you
Yeah.
have no money coming in, but we feel really bad for this guy.
Yeah. He needs help.
He needs another $3 billion.
So, but here's something else. So, Jeremy Jacobs is not the only owner of a sports team that has done this recently.
Oh, I thought you were going to stop it. He's not the only owner of a sports team.
There are multiple owners. So,
let me see if I
if
can
we
find-
scroll up a little bit,
This one?
earlier this week, we
yeah,
saw the same thing by the Sixers billionaire Josh Harris. He decided to make pay cuts of the team's employees as well.
The Sixers. Oh, the Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, Philly 76ers.
The basketball team.
Then right away, he was rightfully shamed on Twitter, and a few hours later decided that he was not going to make those pay cuts. So good job, Twitter, for using your power to be outraged by something that you should actually be outraged. This is like the first time ever that Twitter's used their voice for good. And
I
normally
know.
It's like, I'm outraged that white guys have jobs.
yeah. Come
They
on.
shouldn't, for all that they've done for the past thousands of years, none of them should have jobs. They should all be unemployed and starving on the street.
Yeah. Somehow I think that's a little bit racist.
That's a little,
Fine.
it's a little far.
All men and women, or non-binary, all of us don't or do have jobs.
But Twitter likes to be outraged over stupid stuff. But this is the first
course.
time that I think the outrage was justified and they used their voice for good. And the owner, Josh Harris, decided to change his mind, and he will not be going through with these pay reductions. So good job, Twitter.
Yes.
Now, hopefully, this was from this was from 2 days ago. So I haven't seen a follow-up on this. I've looked, and I haven't seen anything. But hopefully, Jeremy Jacobs reconsiders and realizes his life's fine. He'll be fine. He can later, next year or whatever, if he just ups the prices of his tickets a little bit or whatever, there are ways to adjust it to where you can make that money up. You made the money somehow. I don't know how he got the $3 billion, but you're pretty good with money, okay? I can assume that you probably know how to make money, so you'll be able to recover. You'll be fine.
It's okay, buddy. But we also know that you're smuggling drug money through there. We know. You want to know why? Because I've been to a Bruins game, and you get no.
And you've cocained.
And I've actually never cocained, Colton. Are you proud of me?
Me neither. I
is
have
what
not.
I'm saying on tape.
Okay, good.
On tape?
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're not going to be holding a raffle. What did I say earlier that I totally made up?
I don't know. GoFundMe.
We're not going to do a GoFundMe for Josh Harris because clearly he's doing just fine because he's able to, just give money away. But the other guy, 3.3, that's sad Can you imagine
Yeah.
having that little amount of money?
So I'm really glad that this time in quarantine has benefited everyone, and we are coming together as society and humanity
you're going a
and
good route.
loving
Okay,
people.
Yeah. I was going to say, or I was going to ask, I even wrote it down because I knew I would forget, but like personally, how many people like do you know, or, well, I mean, you can't really put a number on it, but like, do you think it's like 80% of the people that you know are not working right now because of that? Is that high? Is that low?
I think that's probably a little high. I'm still working right now.
That's true.
God bless, but
I'm technically not. Like this week I haven't, but I had a few, but
yeah.
I mean like consistently, I guess.
I don't know. I know a lot of people are affected by this, and I know it stinks, but I would take this time as a blessing. It's a time for your life to slow down a little bit and, take advantage of this time. Spend time with your family, your kids, or whoever you have. But
your homies.
It's definitely hit a lot of people, and we're gonna have a hard time getting out of this because shutting down places, that's gonna it doesn't just affect the owners at the top, it affects all the little people down below.
Yeah.
So thoughts and prayers.
Whoa.
I know you hate that. Thoughts and prayers. But the people that are out of work right now, stick with it. We're gonna get out of this together, and eventually, I don't think it'll take long for us to resurge right out of this. The last time that we had a drop in the market that was this bad was around 2001, right after 9/11. And it took about 50 some odd days for the market to bounce back. So we're going to be fine. We're going to get out of this. It could take several months or whatever, but it's all good. Be there for our brothers that and sisters. Sorry,
man.
Who are in need. You know, if you need something, don't ask us because we don't have anything.
Yeah, remember we're starting a GoFundMe to raise 3.3 million. Oh, excuse me, billion. 3.3 million wouldn't be able to feed Greg. He's fat.
Yeah.
No, I was listening to another podcast because sometimes I take a break from listening to our podcast to listen to a different one. No, it was actually from some YouTubers, gaming YouTubers actually, and they were talking about that, and they obviously aren't really affected by it too much because they work from home. All their stuff is online, but they were talking about like their families that like some of them work in hospitality, and like bartenders, hotels. Shoot, I like anyone in the service industry, stuff like that. I mean, some of you people who are watching now or listening now, like you guys are bartenders, servers, strippers, whatever. You can't work.
It's hard to strip when you have to stay 6 feet apart from someone.
That's true. But you can do, if you go to camgirl.com,
oh, God.
They're our first.
Family only. Jeez. No, fan only.
Only fans.
Family.
Only fans.
Only fans.
Hey, there's someone that we went to high school with who has one. I'll tell you about that later.
What? I don't want to know.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Here, I'll mute your mic. Ready? What were you going to say?
I'm not falling for that again.
Damn it.
But tell me who it is after this.
I mean, he's really close to us, so.
Oh.
No, it's
Is it you? So the next thing I want to talk about right here. Next thing I want to talk about was so our buddy Dade, who stayed the night a couple weeks ago, hung
You're not
going to
try to segue from the business shutting down to this one?
What?
Are you going to segment 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say you're not gonna try to do a segue like I always do.
Yeah.
I was saying. Sorry.
Jeez, come on, let me. So,
you're my only fan.
He stayed the night, like the first night of the quarantine thing.
So that was good.
His mom was freaking out the whole time. I was like, "We're fine. We're only gonna go to a couple strip clubs or whatever. It's all good. We're gonna take." And it was before anything really got shut down. Mm-hmm. It was when people were started freaking out about it.
Yeah.
But we've noticed that his voice is changing a little bit. He's 14. He's starting to, God, why do you got to say that?
I'm sorry.
Take that out.
Okay.
So,
go back. Yeah.
he's been growing. He's been tall. He's been getting taller. He used to be kind of he never was fat, but he was a little chubbier at a time. And then he hit a growth spurt, and now all of a sudden he's skinny again, and you can tell he's going through changes.
Yeah.
And so it made me think about the time where I went through puberty.
Yeah.
And I will say that learning about puberty and going through puberty, I was terrified. I don't know why, but I was really, really scared of the changes to come. I didn't know if it was going to hurt. Like, I didn't know how much like growth spurts are going to hurt or whatever.
Yeah.
I was just like, changes, I'm not ready for it.
So, like, I mean, I've known you for a while, and I will say the first thing on your body that went through puberty, it's appropriate, I got you, was your Adam's apple. Jesus.
It's
You've
like,
never seen in a cartoon where the thing comes out 9 feet?
It's
well,
like
Colton's went, where Squidward swallowed the
Squidward
fork.
swallowed the fork, that's what I'd say.
It comes out like, yeah. So, I don't know if you can see this, but it's casting a shadow on me from this light over here. I mean, that was like just like the when I surprised you earlier. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So I was thinking about on the time, and that was a pretty scary, nerve-wracking time in life. You, as a preteen and even a teenager, you're confused about life. There's so many changes. So I don't know if everyone remembers or if everyone had this, but we had a day in 5th grade where we were sat down in a room. Guys were separated from girls.
Oh, yeah.
And we watched a puberty video. And it tells you about all the changes, and it kind of gives you the hormone changes, and they go kind of through the sex talk a little bit.
Ew.
It just kind of talks about the development of the body and blah, blah, blah. And so
I did have a question about mine, though, because my balls haven't done anything since I was born. They haven't
your
grown.
testicles?
Yeah. Well, my balls got bigger, but the other part hasn't. It hasn't figured it out yet.
Okay, yikes.
Sorry, it was on the. It was on. The
Oh, is that
outline.
what you? Yeah.
It was.
So one thing that is, so when you're learning all these things and it's scary, it's just you don't know, like. I felt like life was coming at me so fast. I was like, all these things were just, I don't know what to think. There's so much information all at once. And you've heard about sex and you've heard about those kind of things, but you don't, like, when they give you that education, it's just a lot to take in at once.
Oh, yeah.
And so that night, I do remember that was a Wednesday, because that night I went to church that night with a bunch of kids. We were
sinning and talking about sex all day.
We were in like Awanas or some sort of like, I don't remember. It was some sort of program. And after church, I remember we were meeting at the back of the sanctuary. I was talking with, Greg says he was there. I don't remember him being there, but I remember our buddy Ryan Williams.
Greg was probably just like hiding behind a ficus or something.
I just want to be in on this conversation.
But there's no way he would have fit behind a ficus because he was a fat boy.
I'm
I'm gonna post Fat Greg right now. I said I was going to last time, and now I'm going to. So here's a picture of Fat Greg. Isn't he sexy? Keep going.
I was talking to Ryan Williams and our good buddy. I've known him forever, and we were kind of talking about like, hey, what all did you learn? Hey, what all did you learn? Hey, I heard that when you go through puberty, this happens. And one thing that terrified me beyond belief was Ryan was like, well, I heard that when you go through puberty, you have these things called wet dreams. And I was like, wet dreams? What is that? And I said that. I was like, what is that? What's a wet dream? And he goes, well, I heard that a wet dream is when you're having a dream and it's kind of like a dream about sex or whatever, and
inappropriate, Ryan.
And during the middle of the night, cement comes out of your penis. And I go, what? Cement? That sounds like it hurts. That sounds so painful. And from there on, I was like, I'm not ready for this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go through. That sounds like it's so painful.
No wonder we have all these roads. Everyone's cementing everywhere. Oh my God, Ryan. No,
So-
it's so funny though. Yeah, go. Yeah, sorry.
So he may have, there's a good chance that he actually said the right word.
What is that called?
which is semen.
Oh, Jesus. Now
But
gotta
I
edit
heard
that
him
out.
say cement, and
With a hard T?
I was like so terrified.
Yeah, but does
and-
it come out like the liquid form, or is it just already asphalt, you know?
It was hard. It was hard to think about anything at that moment. My whole life was flashing before my eyes, and I was just like sitting in the corner,
What
like
if, like,
shaking. Oh my God.
What if, like,
I'm never gonna go to sleep again because I don't want to have a wet dream and cement come out of my bed.
I don't want to wake up and there be a road next to me or a curb. I don't know.
What if you wake up the next morning and there's a guy with a hard hat on with a sign that says, "Be careful, hard work ahead," and he's got a hammer down, and he's like, "Man, you really helped us out this morning because we were running low, and we came."
Also, how did you get in my room?
What a weird. I don't know why.
I mean, why does anything happen on this podcast? You know what the title of this podcast is, Colton? Help, I forget. What are we doing? Which one is this?
Really dumb.
Yeah.
People
I
think
think
it's
you
so
forgot
funny.
something. Well, actually,
you shouldn't put the ring.
maybe you should drop the Rand. Actually, fun fact. So the fella that does our intros, Albie Robles, thank you again. When he was recording, were you chewing ice there?
Yeah.
So when he recorded he recorded the first one right, but then we recorded like the next 4. He kept saying, "Welcome to the Really Dumb Podcast." He didn't even know he was doing that, but it
That's
was really
perfect.
Yeah. So
good.
we
Let's
fired
use
him,
it.
and then I got my $300 back. So
Did you buy a Cadillac with that money? So I don't know what.
actually, about cement.
So I may have misheard that. Was there anything in that experience that well, maybe not just in that experience, but growing up, is there anything that you misheard? You thought you heard something, but it wasn't actually the word that it really was? I don't
course.
even know what I'm saying now.
Yeah.
Just take over.
You
Come
got
on,
cement in your head, you know? Hello,
Bail
my
me
name
out.
is Drew Bolden. I am raising money for a 3.3 billionaire. No, so, I mean, I mishear things all the time. I always go, "Did you say you touched a goose?" or whatever. I don't know. I said a duck, goose, right? But no one's ever said that.
Yeah.
But I do remember, I remember because I was going through the pubes at the time. I wasn't...
You were combing through your own pubes? What?
Exactly. I was combing through your own pubes, and no, but there was I had a friend of mine. I'm gonna make up a name. Let's just say his name was Chris, right?
Okay, yeah.
And
Yeah.
Windsor, I don't know.
No, maybe.
And we were at my house, and we were riding scooters, Razor scooters.
Hell yeah.
God, those things hurt on your shin if you missed, you know, because it was metal just
I was
crashing
like,
into your shin.
Have you ever do a trick and you went to spin it around and it slammed straight into your shin?
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, quit having wet cement dreams. Ugh, that still makes me hungry. But yeah, anyway, so Chris Windsor, made up name, and I were riding scooters, and we were talking about the female body, because we were quizzitive little fellas. That's
That's a good word for you.
Thank you. I know. It's on the screen. And I think he said like something like, "Well, hey, do you know what the woman's body part is called?" And I was like, "Oh, like their private part or something." And of course, like at this point, if you've watched any of the other episodes, you know that I wasn't really allowed to say anything bad as a teenager because my dad would have kicked my bottom.
And you would have to do push-ups.
And I would have to do push-ups as punishment. Look at these cannons still. So he said, "Yeah, do you know what the female part is called?" And I was like, "No, do you know?" And he was like, "Yeah, I heard that it was called a kachina." And I was like,
A kachina.
"A kachina, like the country?" And he was like, yeah. So like when a woman gets excited, like stuff happens in her kachina.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh. And when I was, 20, I was like, dude, that's hot. I mean, I was probably like 11. I don't know, maybe younger, but yeah, heard kachina. And then this one's not really sexual. I was in my 20s at this point, but I was at a party with a couple of friends, and one of my friends' mother was there, and she was less than sober. she had a few at the time, and she knew me, and like we got along, and we talked before. We've had conversations, plenty of them, when we were both sober as a bird. I don't know, is that a phrase? And I get to their house, and she is she's gone. She's out of it, you know? Just slurring and having a good time, holding 2 drinks, I think. And so I ring the doorbell. She answers the door and goes, Drew! And I was like, I'm going to have a good time tonight. I'm going to get drunk. I didn't, because I was like 19 or 20 and I didn't drink yet. But anyway, so she's like, Drew. And then she's like, everyone in the party. And there's like like people in their 30s, 40s or whatever. And I'm just a stupid little 20-year-old like, hey, I'm just here to hang out with your daughter. And she grabs my hand, pulls me into the house. She's like, everyone, this is Drew. He's so funny. He makes these videos on YouTube. Have y'all heard of YouTube or something? I forget exactly. I'm probably overdoing all of this, but
100%. But
that's just the showman in me.
Yeah.
For my next trick. No, so then she gets like, he's so funny. He does his videos on YouTube. His best friend Colbin, he's like,
it's me.
That was
Colbin.
you made it. I'm Colbin Bettybon.
Colbin.
They make these videos. They're so funny. Oh my gosh. And isn't he so cute? I think that I'm his cooter.
His cooter?
And I was like,
no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Well,
no,
I
you're
was
not.
like, well, she said it, and I didn't read it. I was like, cooter. And I looked at my friend. I'm like, what? And she's like, and like, she was not helping. She was letting me out to dry. Right. And she kept saying it over and over. She's like, yeah, I'm his cooter. And I'm like, I don't have one of those.
I don't like this.
Yeah. It was so funny. But what she was trying to say was, I am his cougar. Because she was older than me and I was younger than her. You know, hey, do this.
No, I'm not doing that.
It was just a whole good time of fun.
We have really flown through this podcast. There's several things that we want to get to. We could talk about this stuff forever. But let's go ahead and get to the... do you want to get to the fanny pack?
The fanny pack seggy. Yeah, and I know you've already seen what it is, but open it anyway.
So,
it might be on the ground now.
Yeah, it dropped on the ground.
Oh my gosh, he pulls it out of there. Whoa! Okay, and if you don't know what this is, for you people listening, yeah, go ahead.
Well,
there's nothing in there, so and it's upside down.
And
it is and if you've seen it, it's so like, you know how when you get VR on your phone, it's those little VR cardboards or whatever. It was look like you're going scuba diving. That was $5. Anyway, it's a thing that you put on your head or you put over your face. That if you go onto YouTube, you can say watch in VR and it splits the screen and it's like one of those things and it blocks and you can see virtual reality, right? It was $5, right? But the only reason I put it in there is because you ready?
Yeah.
The reason why I got it was because they have VR on YouTube, Colton.
Thank
I was
you.
super excited about that because a lot of my favorite videos are in virtual reality.
Okay.
And the best part about that is not only is it on YouTube, Colton, they also now have it on Facebook, which is crazy. Because even if you don't have, like this video right here, I think you can do VR capabilities.
Wow.
And it's crazy, and you'll see like 2 of me and 2 of Colton, which, whoa, double the fun, double your fun.
Double your trouble, double mint gum. But you could be sitting right in front of us.
I'm gonna...
It would be like, hey, whoa,
it could be like,
don't miss.
It could be like you're the guest of the episode. And I don't know why I keep bobbling my head, but yeah. So, but I actually did get that because there was. Do you remember Freddie Wong? He used to do these really cool like special effect videos. Yeah, I don't know where he's. Freddie W was his. channel. So a long time ago, I think he was like one of the. If he didn't upload the first VR video, not VR, virtual reality videos.
Yeah.
Then or 3D maybe, I don't know, go away, right? Come back. If he didn't do the first one, he was like one of the people that did one of the first few, whatever. And I was like, that is the coolest thing ever. How do I do this? I bet it's expensive. And I looked up the headset like this, and it was like, dude, like $150. I'm like, what? And this was $5 at Walmart. All it is really is a plastic thing that you put over your face. It's not like Oculus Rift. Those are things that like actually have a screen in there. Yeah. These just have like basically binocular, whatever the things are, and then there's a little right in there. Yeah, you put a little splitter thing right there, and it makes it VR. Really cheap, really cool. But I found this VR Fortnite video, and I was like, what? And so I watched it, and it was not what I thought it was. Oh, well, you're literally just standing there, and I mean, the character's standing there. Things are going on around you, but all it was is like I think you were in Pleasant Park or something, and you could like look around and stuff. And things were moving, so it was cool. But I was like, oh man, I thought you could like move through and like shoot and stuff, but it wasn't that complicated because it was a video and it was a $5 thing. And but the actual reason I got this, Colton.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess why I got it?
You got it because your mom has a video on Facebook.
Yes.
Of her in virtual reality.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I was like, Mom, thank you.
And you don't enjoy being around her in person, actually. Yeah. So you would rather just watch that video over and over. So it's like you're spending time with your mom.
So Gwendolyn Van Delevalev, what did you say earlier?
Gwendolyn Van Delevalev.
Honestly,
I don't know what I said.
Yeah. Honestly, this is good right now for social distancing because if you can't see your mom, then VR.
Oh, I don't know what that sounds.
But I will say.
Oh no,
there was what?
That just sounds bad.
Yeah. So there was one video that was very interesting to me that I found on Google, and it was like, someone's machine was broken. And they were trying to get inside this machine. It was like a dryer or something. It's like some guy's stepsister or something. And she was like, the machine was broken, so she got in to fix it. Mm-hmm. But then she ended up getting stuck. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how is she going to get out of this, right? And so the stepbrother comes up.
Nice. Help?
Yeah, to help her.
Rescue?
Yeah, so I mean, really, I think something was clogged or something. Or something ended up getting clogged. It was really weird. But at the end of the video, all was forgiven. Everyone was happy.
And she got out.
Yep, and there was cement everywhere. It was crazy.
Oh, God. Gross. So
I tried to go as long as I could without making a sexual joke, and it wasn't.
So now, real quick before we get out of here, we have this new segment that we've come up with called Local Loves. Okay. And real quick, just want to shout out a local love of ours. So back when I was in high school, I got my senior portrait taken by this photography group or company, whatever, called Ivy Photography. And they're based out of Midlothian. They're a great little family-owned photography company.
I actually went with you to look at your final pictures. I went with your family. It was awesome.
And they're really good. I really liked how my senior portraits came out.
You look
really,
sexy,
really good.
Handsome.
It's back when I had hair. It was awesome. So,
dude, your hair was long. Too.
I know it was swooped over.
You have the pictures, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm putting some up. Yeah. Look at them. Ooh.
Oh baby.
Man, I would kiss them.
So they're doing this thing that's really, really cool, and they're still based out of Midlothian. They're really great. They do a lot of community work, and they're big in the community of Midlothian. And one thing that they wanted to do was they did this thing, and they're currently doing it right now. I think they're continuing to go around and do it. It's called portraits. Let's
get our portrait taken.
So they said, hey, what we want to do is we want to go around the town of Midlothian, and if you're interested, let us know, and we want to come around to your neighborhood. And with the whole social distancing, everything, we won't get close, but we want to drive down the streets and drive down the neighborhood, and we'll tell you what time we're going to be there, and you can meet us out front on your porch, and we're going to come by, and we're just going to, for a couple minutes, we're just going to take a couple portraits of you and your family, however you want to set it up. You can be creative, you can do something funny, you can set up a scene or whatever. Or you can just take portraits, and they were doing it for free. They were going around taking these pictures for free. Yeah. Now, again, if you want to purchase these pictures or something like that, you can buy them and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
But I thought it was really, really cool. I thought it was really a cool thing to do with if people are stuck at home and you don't have anything to do and you're sitting there with your family. It's a quick break.
Yeah, doing your TikToks and stuff.
Yeah. It's VR. A quick break from sitting inside for all that time. So shout out to Ivy Photography. And there's some really cool pictures that I've seen on their Facebook page. They're continuing to do them. They're Facebook living it every time they go out and stuff like that.
Oh, so they've done some already?
Yeah, they've done a lot. So
have they gone to like my mom's neighborhood? I
don't know.
This doesn't need to go on the podcast, but
I'm not sure. I'm not sure where all they've been, but they've been to a lot of different neighborhoods in Midlothian. So it's really cool.
Dang.
Come
to.
Shout out Ivy Photography. And then now for our
I got
I'm
it.
out. I'm done.
So now for the so now for our last segment. I mean, it's not really a segment, but at the end of every episode, I'm sure you already know what it is. We like to shout out people that have spread the word
and supported us. We appreciate the support, and we just want to give back a little bit by saying, hey, thanks.
Thanks for nothing.
Yeah. So one of our friends from high school that what's really weird about just
her
life in general is sometimes you forget how close of friends you were with someone because it was just a brief amount of time. But we were, well, I can't forget how close of friends we are. I'm trying to forget it, but I can't.
Oh, God. Is this 6 feet?
Yeah. It's actually not. So, yeah, you have it.
Well,
AIDS. So, our good friend Natalie Ray. So we were super close. My senior year in high school, we were super close. Well, our senior, but
I know it's your shout out. Go ahead.
She was awesome. And anyways, we were talking the other day, and she asked how the podcast was going. I don't think that she had seen any, but I was like, hey, everything's been good. And so she was like, you know what, I'm going to go look. And, well, she didn't watch... Initially, she didn't watch the podcast. I don't know if she ever eventually watched the podcast, but...
I remember her not being very smart, yeah.
No, she's...
Just kidding.
Wow. But she decided to go watch one of our videos that's not a podcast. It's the marriage proposal video. So she watched that one.
I love that video.
And I do, too. I had a lot of fun doing that one. And so then she put us... Without me asking her to, she put us on her Instagram story, and she was like, hey, you should go check these guys out, which was really cool. And so I was like, hey, I appreciate that. She is also a photographer, and she does a lot of really good work. Natalie, if you're watching this, can you tell us how
please.
We can have better lighting, maybe better camera work,
better personalities,
whatever. Just... ways to be better in general.
Do we need to show more cleavage?
Oh, we definitely need
more
to show
dick now.
Oh, no.
Okay.
So, Natalie, appreciate that.
Thanks, dude.
You're awesome.
Or dude,
bruh.
I guess. So I just want to shout out, and I was wearing his shirt last episode, but I don't know if I really ever shouted him out. I mean, I know I shouted out his
Joe Bart Drums.
Joe Bart Jums.
Joe Bart Jums.
And his last name is not Bart, and Joe, I'm so sorry. I don't know what it is still. It's like Bartholomew or something.
Oh.
Joe Bartololo or...
Hey, Joe, figure it out.
Joe Barry Manilow. I don't know what it is.
Get a better name.
But Joe Bart, my boy, thank you for the shirt. Thank you for the Goo Goo Nut Cluster. I don't think it's called Nut Cluster, but I just wanted to say that. Oh, my. That looks even more... Okay, so...
I'm going to try it.
So, yeah, he sent me chocolate with the shirt, and my fat ass ate mine as soon as the shirt got in, which was 2 weeks ago. And I know. Okay. And you don't like sweets. I'll just take the rest.
You know what? And I'm normally not a big... Is that coconut? I'm normally not a fan of coconut.
No, it's like not that. Anyway,
oh, it's not coconut.
Yeah,
it's not even close. It's marshmallow. I was like, no wonder I like it.
Hey, you saying all white things look alike? We actually do look really similar.
We do.
We're both ruggedly ugly. But yeah, thank you, Joe. Seriously, I love you, dude.
Can we pass as brothers?
I hope not.
Oh God!
For your sake, to be honest. Hopefully, you didn't see me wink. But yeah, so Joe, thanks again.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you.
Kisses to your missus. Oh wait, thanks for and the reason why I brought him up was because he keeps tagging us on these challenges. The best one was the throwing out your trash challenge, and the best part, he does it on TikTok. Shout out. I'm making one for us, by the way, and I already have 4 ideas, and I'm not telling you any of them.
No.
But anyway, nice, dude. That's why you are my BF forever, dude. And anyway, yeah, so he did this video where he goes, hey, guys, every video's, it's really close on him. He's like, hey, guys, another quarantine challenge here. This one's a take out your trash challenge. And he looks at the camera straight on. There's a trash behind him. He gets his trash bag and he throws it. And he completely misses.
And the trash goes everywhere.
And he shoots it, misses, and goes, Kobe. It was so good. And then the other one sucked, but that one was good.
Yeah, but that one was good.
I mean, they sucked.
And then one last shout out, Kyla. So she is a former student of mine.
Yes, yeah.
Super duper talented. So she was in my graphic design class. Really, really liked her, having her in my class as a student. Super cool. And ever since I left Red Oak High School where I used to teach, she has...
Great, now they're going to know where you taught.
Oh, okay. I'm not there anymore. But she has continued to kind of follow, and she started watching the videos, and I'm like, hey, you probably shouldn't watch this. You probably shouldn't listen to this stuff that we're saying. But she's been really cool and super supportive. She follows us on Instagram on our Really Randumb YouTube or Instagram. What am I talking about?
What's that social media site?
Gosh, we're losing it right now. So anyways, appreciate it. And in fact, Kyla, if you could... Since she's so artistically gifted, you should definitely make a graphic design picture of us.
Oh my God!
Recreate a picture,
please.
And we'll put it up on we'll print it out and put it on our background.
Yes, make me thinner. Give Colton hair. Give me muscles.
All right, now you're asking a lot.
Make us taller. Right. Just make us presentable, I guess.
Okay.
That's even still axing.
Yeah,
axing a lot.
That's axing a lot.
Man,
so
we're going crazy.
Thanks for watching. This episode has been rails off. I have had several energy drinks today. I've had one, two, several.
I smoked some marijuana cigarettes.
And Drew hasn't gone to sleep in 78 hours. So we're just running on fumes, but this is why you listen, because you never know what you're gonna get. You may watch a car wreck, or you may see the most entertaining of your life. You're probably not the last one, though.
This is closer to the first one.
This is definitely a car wreck.
We're going pants off. What'd you say?
Pants down, hands down.
I got you.
Okay.
Okay, look, every episode, Colton, you always want to say the last word. Let me say something this time.
Okay.
Kisses to your missus.
Love you. I don't know. What am I saying?
My boy. No, that's it.
Okay. See ya.
See ya.